Hey, Tony talking trash back again. Yes, yes, people. Please smash that like button for him. Just hit it like a damn boxing thing. No, we need, we need a little bit of growth. We don't want to get crazy about this. We're on Flo and Eddie, man. We're hearts bleeding. The death of Mark Volman. We're all getting old, man. All our people that we know or in the rock music is gone. The great Flo and Eddie, great Fluorescent Leech gone. And I'm here today to commemorate them, to pick the Flo and Eddie songs. I did previously the ranking of the LPs that we did. We had 6 LPs that we chose from, including Checkpoint Charlie and Rocksteady. And so we're going to give you my 10 favorite Flo and Eddie songs. It may be a little boring with some people, some of these ones, you think about, like I did the Tubes the other day, and I realized I probably should have put I Want It All Now somewhere in there. It's not one of my favorites, but I left it out of the top 20, and I had it on the list, but I played the record again the other day, and I'm thinking, man, I like that. I like that chord progression when it goes down to and it goes down the half step and then goes to the 1-5-4, whatever. That's really nice. But anyway, let's talk about Flo and Eddie, and let's talk about the Flo and Eddie songs. Now, Flo and Eddie Records had some covers on it. There's some covers on it. There's some covers actually on my list here. But hey, their thing was always in what they brought to the music, and they certainly had enough original thing to it. And the comedy thing, I mostly leave a lot of that out of here. I think like the Sanzini brothers and all that stuff. Eddie, you're kidding. That's all in the Zappa thing, and that's all in other things that they've been. Their version of Eleanor again, and then the reggae version of Happy Together. I'm not counting any of those songs. So let's go with the one inclusion I have from Illegal, Immoral, and Fattening is Living in the Jungle. I think I talked about it when we went through there. There's something fun about that track. I don't know. I think it's jumpy. I think it's good. I think it shows life in the fact to me. I always got the feeling like when I heard that on that record, that was one of the few tracks that didn't sound like it was kind of treading on older successes or older things. That record's kind of like that. And it was a little bit disappointing to me since it was all pretty much live. I mean, it sounds like even this one's trying to sound like studio or live, so maybe that never was intended to studio, but some of them are pretty clean live recordings. But yeah, Living in the Jungle, number 10, the best of that. Then I've got to go to the cover. I talked about the cover, and we're going to probably hit 72. It's weird the way this list is working out as I'm looking at it now. I just put them the way that it was. That it hit me, and talking about the beautiful, sublime Goodbye Surprise from the first one, 1972 record, Fluorescent Leech and Eddie. Just exquisite, beautiful chords, beautiful arrangement. Their voices really work on it, and they also work on Nicky Hokey, the one after that too. Isn't it funny? Bobby Gentry did a song similar to that, but that was an original song there. Number 8, I'm going to stick with Fluorescent Leech and Eddie again. We feel older now. Oh man, this is, I remember. I think I had that on. You get older, you forget what format it was on, but I think I had that on cassette, to tell you the truth, at some point. And I think the cassette was one of those. Actually, the case was one of those that you push into that has a thing that won't let you push in unless you push in a little bit further. One of those like catch cases. I had on one of those on a Reprise because I still remember the front of it. It's funny, I saw that some things about cassettes that they all made different. Some of the ones that were made like that, were made differently for the record clubs and stuff, which is really strange. I know the Columbia Record Club had their own weird looking cassettes that some people didn't like. I don't know why. Number 7, title track, Moving Targets, 1976, of course. Any list would be remiss to leave this off. This is why it's the title track. I think it's the best track on the record, aside from the single. I've got 2 tracks from there on here, and the other one I have a little higher. But yeah, man. Moving Targets is great. Let's go to Checkpoint Charlie for the only check in with that with Thus, what to see? I almost going to put Charlie Does Surf on there, the last song, but I decided to leave it off. That's a little bit much, but that's the one that made me chuckle. Just because even the simple parts they play are like slip out of sync deliberately, and you have to think that they're doing that as a laugh. I mean, because it is kind of funny. And they try to have this mysterious robot like German voice on it. Man, it's fucking cackling. It's like taking the piss out of Kraftwerk and taking the piss out of like simple, like, these guys get a synthesizer and can play a triad, dong dong ding, like they make heroes out of these guys that they have somebody can program a cool sound, I ran so far away, that level. Anyway, not really. It's not like that at all. It's a lot more like Kraftwerk and like robot like voice. It's funny stuff. Oh my God. Okay, well, we're gonna go to number 5 next, which is the Fluorescent Leash and Eddie again, the first record in the Great Strange Girl. What a great! That's probably one of their best songs. It's got kind of a throwback sound, but oh my God. When I first heard that song, I played it over and over a couple of times. Just when you hear a record the first time you hear it, you want to hear it. Oh, what's that? Oh, let me play that again. Let me play that again. That one hit me. Another one. Well, I'm not going to get into. I'm not going to deviate again. I tend to deviate and talk about other artists when I'm doing these things. But you tend to think of records, and sometimes, sometimes it's just a little harmonic thing that gets my ear, like the change or something that or the intervals or something that I want to hear. I don't know what that is. Number 4, the great Just Another Town. That's a classic. Now we're getting into classic. I think the last 3 are great. That's from the Flo and Eddie record, the Bob Ezrin record, the Alice Cooper tour record. Yes, really, 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 really great. Really kind of the highlight of that tour too for them. On the live. You ever heard the live tapes from that? That was a big part of that show. Just kind of synced with Alice's, which is kind of strange, isn't it? Flo and Eddie and Alice. Never realized at the time. I should have known. Number 3, I was too young then. That was 73. I was only 13. I was born in 1960, so I was kind of lagging behind this. I didn't discover this till about, high school, a couple years later, 2-3 years later. Oh, number 3. Yeah, I was talking about it for Moving Targets. This is Keep It Warm, keep it in your mouth, keep it in a place you can keep it warm, keep it warm. All the different ways they say it in the song, just clever as hell, and should have been a big hit, and it wasn't a hit. It's funny, they made a lot of really, really pop songs, and they were very successful. And they sang on, I think they sang on some of the Steely Dan stuff too. I think so. All right, this is one of my favorites. May not be one of anybody else's favorite, but number 2 for me is going to go back to the Flo and Eddie record for If We Only Had the Time. There's just something about the way their voices blend with that, and something about that track that just has always killed me. And it was again. There's another great live. I have good live version of it too, and just. I don't know what it's about the song. Some songs get you, some songs, you wouldn't think harmonically that would be one that would do it, but it's one of those ones that over time that it's funny for me. Songs either I hear something right away that I've never heard before, or harmonic or something put together, and it grabs me like that, or there's something that over a period of time, the grandeur of it hits me, and that would be more of If We Only Had the Time. And number 1, what else am I gonna pick? I've been born again, again, again. I've been born again. If you haven't heard that before, guys, get it. Go right now to YouTube. I've been born again. Check it out. The lyrics are great. They're about enlightenment. They're about, I don't know if they're talking a little bit about Frank being out of the picture, or them being kind of in a way being born again from what happened, or it would sound like if they were singing something like that with Zappa, they would almost be like they're making fun of like Jehovah's Witnesses or some they had some comedy thing in their act. So, but you can tell in this they're talking about enlightenment. That's what they're talking about, and it's really refreshing to hear that from from guys who certainly saw it and were never, ever, I think, unfairly thought of as a comedy band. And I guess they traded on it. They knew people, they were a little different looking, a little weird looking. Howard with his gray beard at the end, and Flo always like a big guy with a big afro-like looking, come out sometimes and sometimes not. Hey man, loved them. Anyway, they're gone now. I guess the Turtles band is going to continue. It's going to be kind of like, they're going to be one of those things that go on after after there's any original members and stuff. I think I told you guys I saw Yes in front of Todd Rundgren or Todd in front of Yes one time a few years ago near Pittsburgh at this big tour. And the Yes, it was so unconvincing that other singer, I've just never bought that. And I don't know why. Again, look on this for John Anderson and, that whole opinion. Here I am bringing in stuff into this that don't belong here. But anyway, Flo and Eddie, man, what a unique blend. What a great contribution to music through different means. Again, we'll get back at this point sometime to talk about the Turtles and maybe talk about the Zappa period that they had. And again, please leave your list below. Please leave your list of your favorite songs. I don't care if you want to include the Turtle songs. You can do that. I'll probably at one time mesh this into that. Certainly the first few, I guess, up to probably Strange Girl. I would put up top 5. I would have in the top 25 Flo and Eddie, Turtles, and the whole thing. So, I mean, it's a decent period. Point of it is this is a period that's not talked about a lot. This is a period they had a hard time really marketing themselves because as a member of a band they could kind of hide behind that, and that was kind of the way it was. As a lead singers of Zappa, they were kind of the ringleaders of the circus, every crazy circus, every night Mud Shark and the whole deal. But then when they got to their own self, they really had a time, and they clearly somebody put some money behind it. I mean, with these kind of musicians, they don't come cheap, and they did it, and I think they made some fine records, and regardless of how they sold or how they were perceived, a hugely important contribution to music. And rest in peace, Mr. Volman, and of course, Mr. Kaylan before. Fantastic, and thank you all for tuning in. Please leave your list below. Please tell me what your favorite songs by these dudes are, and please smash the like button if you would for us. We appreciate that, and we will see you guys next time on this wonderful channel. Catch you then.